Hi everyone, I'm going to go through my Letterboxd year in film and stats. Basically, first I have like the summary that is given to everyone earlier today. It is January 8th when I'm filming this. So I'm going to go through the summary and then go to the in-depth review, the stats, since I do have Letterboxd Pro. Bailey's 2024 in film. If you didn't notice, I updated the way that my Letterboxd looks a bit. I have altered my top 4, which I'm not going to get into now, but I did that. And then also it no longer says Bailey Walsh. I just wanted my first name and these like stars. So Bailey's 2024 in film. 360 films logged, 235 films reviewed, 533 hours watched. I have not looked at any of this, by the way. I look at my stats every once in a while throughout the year, but I think in December, I tried not to look in December at all because I wanted to be surprised, or at least like the closer to the end of the year we got, I was like, I don't want to look at anything. Yeah, overall haven't really looked at much unless something is the same from months ago. So, most watched actor is Jean Harlow, and I'm pretty sure. Yep, okay, here we are. The 11 films that I watched with her. She was one of TCM's stars for their Summer Under the Stars, which is what they do in August. As you can see, most of these were from August. I was recording things, watching them, deleting them, making as much room as possible because they had a really good lineup of stars this August, and it's been a while since I was like really into their Summer Under the Stars. So that's a really big highlight of my 2024. Basically, TCM has like a star every month most of the time, just one person, or honestly, sometimes I look at their newsletters and I'm confused because they feature like a few different people. In any case, in August, they have a star of every day. And so Jean Harlow was one of the stars early in the month. As you can see, the first thing that I watched featuring her was from the 4th. And then I continued to watch things throughout the month and even into September and November. I still have so many movies recorded that I haven't watched yet, but I will get to them eventually. I needed a bit of a break of like watching so much. Yeah, these are all the movies that I watched. My favorite was Hold Your Man, and that just so happens to be the one that I have the highest rated as well. Those are her films, and then Ken Russell was my most watched director, which I feel like I knew, but I wouldn't have been able to tell you if you just asked me. And so I watched 6 movies of his. One was a rewatch, and that one is still, of these, The Devils is my favorite. My favorite film of his is actually Gothic, but I did not watch that this year. Highly rated 2024 films. I did not watch that much from this year. Last year, I feel like I'm really bad at keeping up with stuff. I don't go to the movie theater that often, but then also anytime my brother or mom express interest in wanting to watch something, I will wait. I will just wait until it's convenient for them to watch it and our schedules line up. Dog sitting definitely gets in the way of this because if I'm not here for like 2 weeks, then obviously we can't watch a movie together. I haven't seen Challengers yet because my mom wanted to watch it. I own it. It's literally back there, but I haven't watched it yet because my mom wants to watch it. Anyway, that's an example. Here are 3 2024 films, and actually Under the Bridge isn't even a movie. It's a mini-series. It's on Hulu. It's true crime. It's narrative, but also true crime. I feel like this was not like a series year. I started rewatching a handful of shows, but I'm being very casual with that. That Christmas, I gave 3.5 stars. This is a Netflix movie, I'm pretty sure. Netflix original. Christmas. It was cute. Some of the characters were a little annoying, but I can see myself rewatching this another Christmas, especially if I'm just looking to put something on while I'm doing other things. And then Wicked, 4.5. This is one of my favorite films that I watched this year in general. I don't know if I'll like extensively talk about this. It depends, maybe if someone really wants me to, but I did read The Wonderful Wizard of Oz by L. Frank Baum. I did not rewatch The Wizard of Oz, but I've seen that. I read Wicked. I listened to the original Broadway cast recording of the musical of Wicked. I watched a slime tutorial, and of course I saw Wicked Part 1. So, and that's all in the last like 2 months that I did all that. Wicked has taken over, and I'm still very much in it, especially since I saw this on the 20th of December, so like a month after it came out. I think everyone's Wicked is kind of dying down, and I'm like, no, I'm in it. My most watched week of 2024, was in October. This was right before my brother's Disney Plus subscription was ending. He canceled it because they increased the price, and he was like, no. So I was watching as much as possible some big like Disney Pixar movies that I had missed out on or just like hadn't watched yet, and a lot of short films. So that's why 29 films that week. Most watched day 2024, Saturday. I think it's almost always Saturday, especially since 2020, because that was the first year that my group and I started doing movie marathons. We do them on Saturday since that's the day that works best for everyone. My first watch of the year was May December on January 3rd, and my last watch was another Todd Haynes film, Carol. I had to rewatch this before December was up. This is like my 7th watch overall, my 6th rewatch of the film, and I think this is the 3rd time that it's been my last watch of the year, if not one of them. I've tried to make it like an annual December watch for a while now. I finally gave it 5 out of 5 because I kept it at 4.5. I think mostly to kind of honor the first time I watched it and things that it takes out in adaptation, things that I liked about the book that just are not included in the movie, but I do think it is still a very good and like succinct adaptation, and I think I appreciate it more every rewatch, which will be interesting to if I think that with May December as well, which I've still only seen this one time. Diary milestones. So 50th. I don't like ever pay attention to this really. I'm not like, ooh, I have to watch this movie as my 200th watch or something like that. I just let it all fall the way it goes. So 50th was The Common Law, which I could not tell you what that's about off the top of my head. Kung Fu Panda 4 was 100th. I saw that babysitting. And neither of us, the kid nor I, had seen any of the other Kung Fu Panda movies prior. So we saw the 4th installment in a franchise that neither of us have seen. Peeping Tom, this was part of a movie marathon. That was 150th. 200th was Our Modern Maidens. This was part of the TCM Summer Under the Stars lineup in August. 250th, Boy on a Dolphin. I had this recorded and I was just trying to make more room on the DVR. Le Pupille, 300th. This is a short on Disney Plus. I wanted to watch it in December, but again, my brother doesn't have Disney Plus anymore, so October it had to be, and it was so cute. I'm pretty sure, I don't know if it won, but I know that it was nominated for Best Short at the Oscars. And It's a Very Merry Muppet Christmas Movie is the 350th movie I watched. It's like a modern Muppets adaptation or version of It's a Wonderful Life. And I'll admit I only like kind of half paid attention to it. I didn't catch everything because I was decorating cookies and making cookies on Christmas Eve. So I did miss some things. Okay, and that's the summary. Then to the in-depth review. 14 lists that I either published in general. Some I probably made years before and just finally put on public. 1,085 likes. That's like in general though, right? Like movies, reviews, lists, all that. I made 190 comments. 2024 was like a really big, it's going to be really memorable for me in terms of Letterboxd stuff because I started following and like finding more people whose taste aligns with mine a lot. Yeah, made more kind of like online movie friendships. That's just like really memorable and like a highlight of my 2024 is like finding these other mostly young women like myself who our taste overlaps a good amount. And I'm sure that is what accounts for many of those comments. 533.8 hours watching movies or miniseries that are on here. Okay. I do have a top 2024 list, which I will be going through in another video, going through my, here's a sneak peek, top first-time watches of 2024. I just put as many as possible in the list. You can see there's 43 films, so that'll be probably my next video. But I don't have it on public right now, so that will be here later when I do put it on public. And then, yeah, apparently these are the only 2024 films that I watched. Wicked. That can't be right. I mean, I guess so. Wicked, Under the Bridge, That Christmas, Kung Fu Panda 4, and Scoop. That's crazy. The first few months of the new year are a really big like catch-up time, especially with like award season and nominations and stuff. And also just more things being released, because I mean, even some things were just released in December. Here's the bye week. Oof, look at week 22, I didn't watch anything. About 30 movies a month, almost 7 a week. I feel like that's a good goal to have for next year, or for this year, is to try to reach a movie a day. I don't think that'll happen, but it's a good, especially with my marathons, if I end up watching a lot during the marathons, I feel like it makes it easier to achieve. And granted, 360, I mean, there's probably like 20 shorts in that. Okay, we already went through the diary, milestones. Yes, oh, okay, here's where we can go through some lists that I put on public. Yearning, well, it's for myself and for others, but also because the Cinebun Club, Olivia from the channel Stories for Coffee, her Cinebun Club, we watch a movie every month, and we all just love yearning in media, in art. And so here are some movies that I feel really evoke yearning, and you can like really feel that from the characters, or the main character in particular. Fur Glamour, Furs in Film. So there's this blog called Glamour in Furs, and basically I just wanted all of the movies in one place and decided to make a list of everything that they feature on the blog. So that's it. These movies have great fur coats and costuming overall, but particularly in terms of the fur. I don't think anybody who saw these got this, but here's the first of my Red Velvet lists. What a Chill Kill. And a new tab. What a Chill Kill. What a Chill Kill. I know you will. ... Until the end of time. Dilapidated house emoji. So my point with these Red Velvet lists are basically like movies that I think of when I think of these albums, this song, the title track, the music video, and so that's why it says similar MV. I link the MV for people who don't know what I'm talking about, plus album aesthetic, sound vibes, and themes. So Red Velvet is my favorite K-pop girl group. 2024 was the year of Red Velvet for me in terms of music, and in December, right? It was like towards the end of 2023. They released their third album, Chill Kill. And Chill Kill was also the title track. And I kind of like didn't fully get to listening to the album until like January. So I was like super in Chill Kill mode early 2023. And I just kept thinking about the music video. I don't know. I was just really in it. And their music videos are so movie inspired and have great cinematography. So I decided to make a list that went along with their albums. I would love to do all of their albums. So far, I have 2 on public and I'm working on others. But that's what this is. It's a bit of an over-explanation. Chill Kill is one of their albums. The music video is mainly inspired by the movie A Tale of Two Sisters. So, of course, that is the first one that I have here. And then these are other movies that came to mind immediately. And yeah, here's the whole list. I do include some things that I haven't seen. But this is the essence of the Chill Kill album. And then I also like used different fonts to show the aesthetic of the album as well. So there's the Chill Kill list. And then, yeah, next is the Cosmic list, which is the other Red Velvet list. Cosmic was their comeback this past summer. The music video is inspired by Midsommar, so of course that had to be number one. And they're always killing someone in their music videos. So these are always the lyrics, by the way, parts that I like and think encapsulate the vibes, basically. So here's the link to the music video. And here's the Cosmic list. So, yes. Cosmic. Plain movies. This was, I think I maybe had made this like a while ago. And then during one of DJ's Films by Color, one of his live streams that he does every Monday, someone was going on a vacation. Someone was going somewhere and was wanting plain movie recommendations. And I was like, I have a whole list of plain movies. It's really random, but I think it's fun, and that was kind of the vibe that I was going for, just like fun movies to pass time on the plane. But initially, I made this for one of the Discord servers that I'm in with other movie fans, and we did like a top 10 Tuesdays, and this was one of the prompts. And I never adhere to top 10. I just make a list. So that's what it ended up turning into. I'm not going to go through like all the lists like I showcased the Red Velvet ones. I was just kind of like explaining those further. Comfort movies or comforting movies. Yeah, these are movies that I revisit a lot, or just like really have that feeling. My ultimate spooky season Rex. This is just going to be a continual list of any kind of autumnal, gothic, horror, any movie for Spooktober or spooky season I put here that I like and that I would recommend. Well, that I would recommend, but like asterisk, because there are a few in here that are definitely more gruesome or maybe have some elements or plot points that someone would maybe need to look up trigger warnings for. A few more lists I'm adding in editing here. I realized I forgot to add the year in review tag to my In a Winter Wonderland list that I made in December. I just was I was really wanting to embrace the winter season and Christmas time as well. These aren't necessarily Christmas movies by default, but there are a lot of Christmas movies here. But yeah, it's just a lot of movies that have wintry and snowy scenes, mostly take place in the winter. And I feel like satisfy the winter feeling. I am overusing the word winter, but there we go. And then I decided to go through my lists that I made in 2024 and also added the tag to my Every Musical I've Seen list that I made in May, I'm pretty sure, because DJ was doing the musical May, and I was like, I wonder how many musicals I've seen and which ones. So I have an array here, a variety of musicals, like kinds of musicals I specify here in the description. So that's this list. Really interesting to look at, but so many blind spots for me. I mean, everyone has blind spots for musicals probably, but I feel like I kind of put off musicals sometimes because I want to go through the whole journey of the overall production. And then because it says feature up to 10 of your lists by tagging them with YIR 2024, I was like, well, I have 9 lists here, which also I'm going to reorder them because I don't know, it's bothering me that they're in this like random order. It just does it by putting the most recent list that you added the tag to. Like, at the top. I'm gonna rearrange it so that it's more kind of like in chronological order, like throughout the year. Besides rearranging, I do think, I have the 9 lists. I was like, what's a 10th list that I can just kind of complete the year in review profile page of? And I thought my Saltburn list, which is not on public right now, but I probably will put on public and add and have everything basically on public when I put up this video. I was really in with all the influences for the film and marking all these things that people were talking about in terms of books and movies that feel similar or have similar characters and themes and whatnot. And this is the list that I immediately came up with pretty soon after watching Saltburn. Instantly, when I started watching it, I got Brideshead Revisited vibes. And then, of course, I think most people are comparing it to The Talented Mr. Ripley. And then, obviously, I also have Purple Noon because of that. Here are some movies that I think are adjacent to Saltburn and similar in some way. Even though I haven't actually seen Last Summer or The Go-Between, I still know enough about them that I think that they fit here. And this is just this is just me trying to figure out what font I wanted to use and which emojis to use, and I don't think I really committed. I just kept it like this. I use the description to figure things out sometimes. Okay, genres, countries, and languages. Drama, US, English. Yeah, I feel like that. Especially with TCM's Somewhere Under the Stars. I mean, most of those movies were old Hollywood. So, then, yeah, comedy. Okay, that's probably also because of the 30s films. Lots of pre-code stuff. Romance, family, fantasy, animation, thriller, horror, thriller, crime, adventure. France, that also is pretty obvious for me. UK, Germany, Italy, USSR, Canada, Czechoslovakia, Japan, Spain. English, French, no spoken language, Russian, Czech, Spanish, Japanese, German, Italian, Korean. But then, highest rated, it just switches, right? Yes, okay. Animation, fantasy, family, TV movie. Interesting. How many TV movies did I watch? Music, adventure, thriller, comedy, drama, romance. Ireland. It's not a clickable thing. What Irish movies? Czechoslovakia, yeah, USSR. Because January and February of last year, I was in my fairy tale era. So I know I watched a lot of Czech and Soviet things, which is also why Czech language is up top here. I really want to look at these a lot more. I'm gonna skip this section for right now, just because I want to like really go through it, but I also don't want this to be stupid long. So I have to remember to come back to that. Breakdown of watches. Oh my god. Okay, well, 2024 premieres, I watched 5. Older, obviously. Yeah, I think that's pretty much how it always goes. Rewatches, not that many. 47. 86.9% first time watches. And then, yeah, I mostly review. I think I always try to write something. 65% reviewed. Here's my bell curve of ratings. Wait, let's see. 7 films? That's pretty good. 44 films, 4.5. That's really good. I've been trying to be more open with my ratings and not have so many 3.5 stars in particular. Still the highest here, but let's see how many 2-star. 8. So for me, if I rate something 2.5 or higher, I ultimately recommend that to someone. If it's 2 stars or less, it was definitely something I did not like. But like 2.5 is still like a solid okay, if not good. I'd rather have like more variation for films that I like and think are really good rather than really limit it to 4.5 and 5, if that makes sense. So I'm trying to kind of like spread that a little bit more, but I mean that's still good that I don't really have any films way down here. I watched 41 movies that were in my watch list. That's pretty good, except I added almost 1,000. That's because this year I really gave up on on separating things. I mean, maybe even last year that was the case as well. I have a separate list that's private called things I want to remember but not congest my watch list. And that's because I was using my watch list very specifically and wanted to kind of keep that separate. And I think, yeah, last year I just started not doing that. I should probably just eliminate everything that's in that other list and add it to my watch list, which will increase it by like 1,000 movies, but they're both congested now. So added 974. Although I've been using it a little differently now as well. I also really want to go through this. Wait, what else is here? Because okay, this is fine. Oh, interesting. Okay. I did notice that Anita Luz wrote, a good number of the movies, the pre-code movies I was watching. I guess what I'm interested, we're going to come back to the cast and directors, because I do want to like delve into that. Costuming and production design. Let's see who these people are. Wait, what is this? Most watched. Shoot. I love it, but also hate it that they have these two different like ways of organizing it. Because I want to look at both. Is this gonna well, it's fine. It's fine being right there for now. Oh yes. That's what I thought. Okay. Okay. Interesting. This one's weird. Production design for Igby Goes Down, Birth, and Maestro? That one's a little baffling. Okay. That is also a little strange, but I can see that. Okay. Exit. Art direction. 24? What is that? 24 art direction? Okay. That makes sense. That's a lot. Okay, let's go to costume. Adrian. Of course it's Adrian. I should have known. Ori Kelly. Walter Plunkett. Theodore. And Edith Head. Because I also want to see the highest rated. But first, costumes. Costumes by Adrian. Which I have as a tag, actually. Ori Kelly. Yes, that is what I assumed. Edith Head. Okay, highest rated for me. Phyllis. Patricia Highsmith. Well, I mean, that's probably just... It's probably literally just Carol, yeah. Production design, Judy Becker. Patricia Norris. Nelson Lowry. Alain Gouffroy. Judy. Paranorman. Is this in the way? Nice. Nice! Okay, those were all just like one movies per person. And very quickly, costume. Ah, nice. Okay, I will look one more time. I might cut out some of this part or just speed it up. Oh, that's funny. Sandy Powell, look at you. Look at Sandy Powell. Nice. Okay. Most liked review, yes, was from Donkey Skin, which was the instigator, I guess? I don't know. It was the official, like, catalyst for my fairy tale era. I was, like, kind of feeling it before then, but then I rewatched Donkey Skin, and I was like, yep, I'm diving in here. And here was my review. I also put this on, I put this specifically on my Instagram story. I have it in one of my highlights. I was just, like, filming when Catherine Deneuve, when her character was like in the cottage, you know, baking this love cake. And I was like, that's me! I love baking, and I love singing, and I sometimes sing when I'm baking. This film features live footage of me baking a love cake in my forest cottage, cake and heart arrow emoji, and changing the color of my dress at my forest hangout spot. Yellow and purple heart, because those are the colors that she changes her dress to. Delphine Seyrig as the fairy godmother, which then I continue with. Simultaneously want to have Delphine Seyrig as my fairy godmother and want to be her, because isn't that just so true? I truly was having a dilemma with that. I want to be her, but I also want her as my fairy godmother. And then my most liked list with 4 likes. Cinematic universe of James Spader being a freak. You already know what's here. Crash, Secretary, Sex License Videotape, Dream Lover, White Palace, Bad Influence. A shout out to my review of Sex License Videotape, where my brother did not know the definition of impotent. Highs and lows, let's see. Highest average, 12 Angry Men. Finally watched that. I feel like, for the past few years, you cannot get away from people recommending that for Criterion sales. It truly is a little too much. We get it. Everyone should see 12 Angry Men. Lowest average, Barbed Wire. I did not mind it, but I know some people were like, boo. Some of the reviews are like really harsh. It'd be interesting for people to like rewatch it too with the character development that Pamela Anderson has had, or at least in the way that she's portrayed kind of now, and like that difference of people making her image and her making her own image nowadays. Most popular, Barbie. Most obscure, Hammer's Women, Freda Jackson. This was a supplemental feature on one of the Hammer movies that I have. Shadow of the Cat from 1961. Newest, Wicked Falling Leaves from 1912. Longest, because it's a miniseries. Shortest is this short film, A Pure Spirit. Here are all the films I watched in 2024. No, that's gonna take me to my diary, isn't it? Yeah, we're not gonna look at that. World map. Could be better, but not bad. Highly rated films you've yet to see. Okay, let's go to the stars first. Cast. Most watched. Jean Harlow with 11. Anita Page with 10. She was one of the stars for Summer Under the Stars. Betty Davis. I can't remember if she was or wasn't. I think she was. I'm just going to say yes. Shirley MacLaine. Loretta Young. Lewis Stone. Hedda Hopper. Interesting. J. Farrell McDonald. J. Me, John Doe. Okay. He's not very recognizable to me. Susan Sarandon and Robert Montgomery. Let's see more. Clark Gable, Cary Grant, Meryl Streep, William Powell, James Gleason, Edward Arnold, Michael Caine, Claire Dodd. You know, I always pronounce his name as Francho Tonnet, and I literally don't know if that's how it's pronounced. Charlie Grapewin, Constance Bennett, Imogen Clare, peoples whose names I do not want to mess up because they are Czech. That means, oh wow, it really goes down a lot. Okay, let's see highest rated. Oh, because he's in both of the 4.8. He had to have been in something else then. Oh, because I gave May December 4.5. I was thinking I gave May December 5 out of 5. But yeah, that's right. Esther, she had to have been in 2 things. The Lovers, Lover for a Day, and House of Tolerance. 4.8. I'm assuming 3 Wishes for Cinderella? Or, no. Girl on the Broomstick and The Little Mermaid? Yep. Mordecai Lawner. Who are you? Hester Street and A Fish in the Bathtub. Doris. Who are you? A dancer, probably. Okay. That's kind of funny. Okay, directors. Most watched, Ken Russell, Jack Conway. I don't know who you are. Okay. This guy. This guy. Great. I'm so sorry I don't know how to pronounce his name. Harry Beaumont, Claude Chabrol. Claude Chabrol. I was going for a Chabrol year, and it did not really continue. But that's okay, because I feel like I revisit his films like every summer, and so now it's a little bit of a... I have a routine going, a yearly thing. Maurice Pialat, Jean Rollin, Tim Burton, Fred Zinnemann, Joan Micklin Silver. Flowers for Joan Micklin Silver. And let's see more. Most watched. I like that I said Flowers then, when she's definitely going to be... I was going to say, she has to be at the top for highest rated. What? Oh, just rewatching the Twin Peaks pilot? That's why David Lynch is here. Chris Butler. Who are you? Okay, director Paranorman. Sam Fell. Also Paranorman? Yeah. This is House of Tolerance. Yes. 5 out of 5. Well, this is The Little Mermaid. Yes. Dylan Holmes. Is this the Devil's Sympathy? Harmony? Harmony? Yeah, that was so funny. Todd Haynes, John Micklin Silver, Sidney Lumet. I used to pronounce his name Lumet. And Neil Jordan. Tiffany Greta. Nice. Nice. Okay. Cool. Then the genres, because I feel like the genres are messed up, which is kind of why I wanted to save it for last, because I feel like I'm gonna get annoyed and look at like fairy tale, fantasy, and enchanted music and enchanted magic. Like that's got to be one of the highest rated. But will it? I don't even see it anymore. Okay, dreamlike, quirky, and surreal storytelling though. I see it because I want to like look at all of the films. But that's so much. Okay, themes. Most watched themes. Moving relationship stories. Crude humor and satire? Who am I? That doesn't make sense to me, but it's gotta be like some of the 30s films. Okay, I see those, that's for sure. You know what? I see it, actually. It's just more than I expected. My nose is really itchy right now. Okay, kids and animation, which I was starting to rewatch Leica's films, and I watch a lot of, Christmassy kids stuff. I was catching up on some Disney. I think one of our marathons also was like animation, as you can see here. Kids animated fun and adventure. Like, why does that have... Fairy tale, fantasy, and enchanted magic. Well, I have to look at those ones. Charming romances and delightful chemistry. Enduring stories of family and marital drama. Relationship comedy. Holiday joy and heartwarming Christmas. Captivating relationships and charming romance. And then for nano genres. Animation jokes cute. Animation songs child. Tune choreography Broadway. Charming magic whimsical. Amusing baby child. Delightful musical enchanted. Charm imaginative magic. Humorous sweet wit. Romance poignant loving. Ghost spirit imaginative. Alright, but then let's also look at fairy tale, fantasy, enchanted magic. Did I already look at this? No, because I don't remember seeing those before. Tune choreography of Broadway. But Wicked isn't here? Weird. Charming, magic, whimsical. They're all Christmas movies. Like, why... The Girl on the Broomstick should be here. Charm, imaginative, magic. I mean, I guess it's imaginative, but why is the Rocky Horror Picture Show here? That's funny. Ghost, spirit, imaginative. Okay. Topper. They are ghosts. Okay. Highest rated. Oh god. Was gripping, intense, violent crime? Emotional and captivating fantasy storytelling. Dreamlike, quirky, and surreal storytelling. Humanity in the world around us. Adorable animals and heartwarming families. Teen school antics and laughter. Intense political and terrorist thrillers. Challenging or sexual themes and twists. Passion and romance. Powerful stories of heartbreak and suffering. Yeah, that actually sounds about right. Heartbreak, suffering, fantasy storytelling, surreal storytelling, still gripping, intense, violent crime. Yes. There's only 4 though. It's so crazy. I mean, I get that it's like average, but when you click it and it's only like 3 or 4 movies, it's like surely there's something a little bit more representative of what, I don't know. It just doesn't make sense to me. I mean, it does, but it also like doesn't, because it's not what I'm ever gonna remember about 2024, you know? Oh, did I? No. Nano genres. Touching, imaginative, magic. Let's look at that. Cartoon, songs, adorable. Feelings, passion, tragic. We have to look at that one. Charm, fantasy, dream. We have to look at that one. Weird dream journey. We have to look at that one. Voices, songs, bizarre. Cute child lesson. Action, epic, emotion. Delightful, musical, enchanted. Tear-jerker, beauty, happiness. Beauty is a weird element of a nano genre. Touching, imaginative, magic. Not exactly what I was expecting, but okay. I mean, it fits, but also I'm like expecting more. With being in a fairy tale era towards the beginning of the year, and then also watching a lot of like Christmassy. I watched like 6 Nutcracker movies in December, so it's like interesting not seeing those in so many lists. Feelings, passion, tragic, true. Charm, fantasy, dream. Yes, but also there could be like 3 other movies here at least. Weird, dream, journey. Yes, this one is weird. The other ones are journeys. Tearjerk, beauty. You know, tearjerker? Coco could also be here. Beauty, happiness. Interesting. Interesting. There's a lot of other movies that can be here. I guess that's it. I've been filming for like an hour. I was losing steam a little bit. There were definitely moments where I was like, am I going too much? Is this too much? Obviously you can see some of these things just by looking at my profile, the lists and everything that I've logged. If you want to go through my entire Letterboxd diary for 2024. But here's a run over of it again. How do you use your watch list? That's what I want to know. I want to know, how do you use your watch list? What's a review that you were most proud of writing? I do really like my donkey skin review. Because it's like simple, but also really still like evokes reasons why I like that movie so much. Plus all of my tags under it. Because I've been really using tags. I think last year I started to use tags a lot more. And I'm keeping up with that. I really want to know what is going to stand out in terms of your year in film for 2024. Now that you're looking back at it and maybe, you know, further into the future, what are the movies or, you know, different areas of film that is really going to stick out to you when you think of what you watched and what you were interested in 2024. I think for me, it's watching a lot more old Hollywood and pre-code films, lots of like late 1920s, early 30s, but also like throughout the 30s as well. And then my fairy tale era and watching some Nutcracker movies in December. I feel like those are the only things that I can think of in terms of larger like categories. The other things would just be particular movies, I think. Because again, there were times where I was really going through what was leaving the Criterion channel, or, I mean, my movie marathons every month have a theme. Maybe certain themes in that regard will stand out a little bit, especially if I am like looking at the movies. Oh, my whole going through Disney Plus to some extent. I think I only had like a few days. Joan Micklin Silver, she'll be a standout. Again, watching some of Claude Chabrol's films. Sorry, I can feel like inflammation in my nose. I've been talking for too long. Oh, you know what though? This was a big October. I mean, I always like to watch a lot of like spooky season stuff in October, but I was making a lot of like spooky season kind of lists. And I was watching a lot of some vampiric stuff, but then it quickly moved into witch. I did have a little bit of a witch era, because I was reading things. The eras, my fairy tale era and my like witch era light, my light witch era, includes not only things that I was watching, but other things that I was reading, things that I was looking at online. So I was reading a lot of fairy tales. I read Practical Magic. Oh yeah, I was not going to go through the books that I read this year or last year in 2024, but I might try to like condense 2023 and 2024 books in one video, because I didn't make any videos last year. As you can see, you can see the new room, which has been like this since, well, basically the whole year, except for the shelves. The shelves we did not officially get up until March, and then I was organizing. If you remember, that's initially why I stopped making videos, because we were redoing this room. And I'm kind of rambling now, but I didn't have a spectacular reading year, but there are definitely some books that I would maybe like to shout out and like talk about a little, especially that I read in 2023. I kind of regret not ever making anything for like a reading wrap up. I don't think I did. I did end up filming like a good number of videos, and then I just didn't record. I mean, I didn't edit. Anyway, let me know about book stuff. But the next video will be me going through my favorite movies that I watched for the first time this year. Favorites, standouts, just the top movies that I watched for the first time in 2024. This is way long enough. Thank you for watching. Happy 2025. Sending positive vibes to everyone and everything in 2025. Yes. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.